House, Indiana.
Good evening, Don. I was having to get all the buttons clicked here. Good to have you in here tonight.
Well, thank you.
I was just reading one of your articles. I've read it before, but I enjoyed it so much I was reading it again.
I just got finished posting, I don't know, four or five more on IBO Exchange there.
Yeah, that's where it. That's where reason I wound up on it. IPO exchange, but this is one talking about AdSense.
Oh, yeah. That's one of the reasons I like to post those is
Mm-hmm.
it drives traffic there, and
Drives
at
traffic.
AdSense it doesn't pay a lot, but it's another income stream.
Every penny counts, you know.
Yeah,
I
I was surprised at the people that really get a lot of traffic that don't have don't have that on their profile page.
you know, I don't, but I'm after reading this article one more time. I probably will. I think it's only makes sense. AdSense, I guess, huh?
Yeah,
I mean, that's almost a free income stream there with little effort.
yeah. I I actually got started with it a couple years ago. I wrote a few articles for I can't think of, I think it's called Hub Pages,
Yeah.
but that's how I got started with them, and I just transferred that code over to IBO there after following their directions that they tell you how to do it. Voila.
Yep. It sounds great. I don't. I think everybody ought to be participating. Like I said, it's just another free income stream. Don't really have to work for it, especially if you're going to be posting the things anyway. Good evening. This is Mike in Georgia. You've reached our winning team training call for this evening. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
David Mincy from Melbourne, Florida.
Davey Mincy. All right, David. We're
Hello,
glad to have
David
you in
Mincy.
here.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
I was just
I'm sorry I dropped out last time. I don't know what happened. I lost audio for some reason.
well, you found your way back. That's what's important.
Yeah, I had a notice come up on the screen that said Skype was wanting to do something, some kind of video thing,
Hmm.
and then I clicked decline, and then I lost audio after that. So I don't know what.
You hurt their feelings. They wanted to do something. You told them no, so they.
Yeah. Is that Don I hear or Reverend Dave?
That's Don in there. Don and I were just talking about one article he's written here, and I run across it on IBO Exchange. I've seen it before. It's a real good article. But it's talking about AdSense and posting AdSense, and by having AdSense ads on his IBO profile, or the PRs, he generates a little pocket change there. It's not much, but if you get enough of them out there, it adds up. Every little bit counts. So it's a good thing
Yeah,
to do.
I was wanting to learn how to do that. I
Well,
was wanting to learn how to put that on the IBO exchange.
we got a man that can
Like
tell
your
you how
press
to get
release.
that information there. Don, can you help him?
Excuse me. Well, the hardest thing is getting your AdSense account set up. Uh, I had
Are you
already had
talking?
mine set up when I went to IBO. Uh, how about I send you an email and maybe give you some instructions because I'll have to look them up to tell you the truth.
Okay, well, like I applied for a Google AdSense account.
Well, yeah,
And-
that's what
And
we're
what
talking
happened?
about.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, but what happened was I'm not real sure on how to set it up now because it said that they were going to send me an email, and I never received an email from them. And then another guy told me you had to. One of my computer guys said you had to do a bunch of other stuff. You didn't, want to wait on that email. So.
Yeah, how long has it been?
About 2 months, I guess. Okay.
Oh my, yeah, it doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a waiting period. Well, I guess they check out whatever you supplied them with, but usually I don't think it's more than a week or two at the most. 10 months, yeah, that I'd go back and check on your application. But you have to have something, that they can see where they're going to be placing their ads. Now, I talked to a woman on IBO once before, and I believe she may have used her IBO profile. I'll have to look into that.
Okay.
The way I got set up with them originally was I wrote some articles for a free site called Hub Pages, and I got hooked up with them there. Is how I opened my account. And I have the code on those pages too.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what to tell you. It's not been 10 months. It's been about 3 months, and I've been waiting on that email, and I never received it. And then one of my computer friends told me that I had to, more or less what you're telling me, I had to do a lot more work than wait on an email.
Do you have a website or web page that everybody has access to?
I do now. I've got a website for my green industry.
Okay, when you applied, you didn't have it though?
No, I didn't have it then, no.
Maybe
so
you ought to go
probably
back and give them that information, because that would be, an acceptable site that they would post ads to. And then all you have to really do is just use that code that they give you on your IBO profile page.
Okay. By the way, Mike.
Yes.
I had it written down somewhere, but for some reason my screen came up here without the dashes in it. So let me see. That number is 737
931
It ain't
736.
doing the dash.
Hmm.
I don't know what's going on here.
Try putting the dashes in manually yourself.
That's what I'm trying to do, and it won't do that.
It usually always puts it in.
Yeah, well, it did up until today, and then I get in here, and my computer's working through updates that I didn't allow for some reason. Okay, let's do this. It won't put the dashes in. Okay, 737.
Yep. 931.
936.
Yep.
931.
931 736.
Okay.
Good evening. This is Mike in Georgia, and you've reached the winning team training call for this evening. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Hi, Mike in Georgia. This is Sandy and Doug.
Hello, Mike. How are you?
Hello, Doug. Hello, Sandy. Glad to hear y'all in here tonight.
We're mobile. We're in the mobile office here.
Oh, you're in the mobile office now. Okay. Well, that's
Well, how about that?
That's the way things are going nowadays. Mobile,
Oh
I
my
mean,
goodness, I got in without the dashes.
You did. All right. As long as you got in, that's what's important.
Uh,
we're walking on air. We think we just sold a house.
Well, wow, fantastic.
Yep. With Tickle Pink, we took the listing 6 days ago.
Wow, that's fast.
It is. It's great. We're so excited.
happy for you, Sandy.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's just
It's always good when you sell them.
It's so
It
good
always
when
makes it worthwhile.
things start coming together again.
Yeah, I sold a house in that bad market. A house across the street sold the same week for $41,000, and across the street I sold one for $68,000 in 2012 was when I sold it in a bad market. So I know what it's like to have something sell that you need to sell,
Yeah, it's just starting to pop. Thank God.
That's fantastic.
Mike, I shared 2 of your press releases on Twitter.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, good. Yeah, I was in there sharing some today. I put one in, I think, yesterday. And so earlier today, I was in sharing some of the other folks.
Yeah, I was just playing around with it and trying to share it to see if it worked for me. And next, I'm going to share some of Don's,
Sandy, we was just talking before you come in about an article that Don has posted up there. It's been up there for a while and he's got it on IBO Exchange and everything. It's a PR, but it it's one that I think is a very 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 good article, and it's talking about the Google AdSense, and you know
Oh, I'm so glad you mentioned that. I was going to bring that up on the call the other day. I know Chris, like in the early days when I was first on IBO, she did something telling you how to do it, and they haven't revived that lately. And And aren't you supposed to earn money with that on your site?
absolutely, it's like free money in your pocket. What happens is Google posts when you have an AdSense account. Google posts the ads on one of your on website wherever you they give you some code to put on your website, or on your
Oh,
your IBO profile page or whatever, and
yeah.
then when anybody, what happens is that code creates an ad on your web page, and when anybody clicks on your web page, open your web page, you get a little jingling change, and then if they actually go down and click on the ad, you get even a little bit bigger jingling change there. It's not much, you're not gonna suddenly get rich off of that, but it's free money, it's free income there, as long as you got a website for them to post the ad to.
I have it on my profile page, but I was telling Doug about it. He doesn't have it on his, so we're going to have to poke around and find out how to do it. Chris probably has a training video on it
Yeah,
somewhere.
I believe there's a video on it.
I didn't hear you, Don. What'd you say?
I believe that she has a video on it on how to use the code.
Oh,
I would have to look.
Sounds like the makings of a good PR, Don. See, if you write a PR on that, it'll post to a website too. So
Yeah, he'll have 20,000 likes.
Okay.
Most of those likes come from a different time. IBO used to be a different place than it is today.
yeah,
There was a lot of sharing and liking going on, and they just don't do that anymore. Or not everybody does it.
not I noticed that. I got a lot of PRs up there. I try to post as frequently as I can, and I get a pretty good stream of people in there that tell me how much they like it and everything like that. But I don't see where they have actually liked and shared it, which that's the whole point is to get people to share it so you're getting yourself branded and your name and your site out there, your PR out there on the net. So I try anytime I read one, I always post it and share it, and I try to read them as much as I can.
I share them, but I always forget to tell people that I'm going to share it. I should remember to do that. But I do read it and then share it.
I end every time I comment on a PR, I end it with liked and shared, and I actually
Yeah.
do like and share it. I like and share them. So it's just a couple
Well,
of clicks away. It's real easy to do. So
I'm bad about liking. I don't do that like I should, but I do share them. Yeah, I should
Mike,
do
did
that.
you read the PR about Air Layer?
about your PR there about I read part of it and then I got distracted and I was trying to read it on the call the other night, and I read part of it, and I didn't get back to it. I will. In fact, the matter is, it's right there. I got it. I just
What PR is it, David?
Air layering trees. How to air layer trees.
I'll have to look for that. I haven't
I,
seen that one.
I will read that. It's not a long one. But it was interesting, and I got into it, and then I realized I really needed to pay more attention to the call the other night, and I just didn't get back to it.
Well,
But I will read it
well
as soon as this call's over,
my
and I will
question.
like and post it to it, and share it.
Well, my question about the PR would be, I put one sentence in there about Skyforp and their tools, and I didn't think that would be throwing up on people just to put one sentence in there.
No, it's
You know?
not.
Okay.
When I say throwing up on people, you get these PRs where people talking about nothing but their opportunity, uh, and they'll list link after link after link in there, and they're telling you how good and how great their opportunity is. People don't want to read that. They don't want to see that. They don't want to know because they got their own opportunity out there. So you know, it,
Now, one link is not throwing up. That's not at all, David.
It was just one sentence, is what I meant.
Oh.
It was just one sentence. But I had put in that sentence that we mentioned tools needed to air layer, and I mentioned the fact that Skyforce had tools for the marketer.
I was reading a PR. Yes.
He's reading it now. I see his cursor moving across.
yeah. I was looking for that particular sentence. I was more scanning it than anything
No, it's
else.
in part two. It's in part two.
Oh, it's in part two. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll fix that, and I can go to part two.
See, it's right there at the top.
Right at the top. You're
For
right.
the for the marketer are very good tools for it as well.
Hmm.
Skyforp has great tools, so check them out. That's all I said about Skyforp.
You know what I would recommend you do in that is go back and edit the last end of that where it says Skyforp has great tools and check them out or something like that. What you do, you can go back and edit it and make that a hyperlink. That part right there, if you
Okay.
make that a hyperlink, and then it'll show up blue or underlined or something like that, and you tell people check them out, and they can click on it. Uh, and no, that's not a problem. That's nowhere near what I was talking about when I was talking about people throwing up. I was talking people like, just get on there and do nothing but plaster it, and they're not posting anything anybody's interested in reading. They're just plastering about you know their business, their opportunity, their and so people won't continue to come back. But what you got here, they will. They'll keep reading. They'll keep coming back to see more. And throwing a hyperlink in there like that, it's not a problem at all.
Okay.
Uh, what I could recommend is down at the very bottom when you end. Be sure you end with your name and your business name and stuff like that. You can make your business name a hyperlink. Uh, and maybe your email. That way, if people want to contact you and maybe talk to you about the article here or talk about something else, they can contact you and you know ask you about whatever information they might want, more information they might want than what they actually got here. So it's
Well, I got one more like.
well,
I
that's
wonder who did that.
well, that wasn't me, but let's see, what have you got in likes over here?
Just well.
Let's see here.
No, that's how you do that, huh?
That's how you do it. That's how easy it is, and it's real easy to come over here and do this. We throw a like in there like that. We can click on a tweeter and just tweet away. It's real simple. It says zero there, but
Yeah, that's what
it'll
I
come up
did
and
with
say
it.
one there in a minute there. And this is another good place. Is It's really simple to share. In just a matter of a couple clicks, and you've done it. And and now
I
you're getting
shared
to get.
too. You're on Twitter.
Hmm.
I got that far.
Well, I appreciate it, and we'll we'll get around to reading all of those tonight. There's not that many of them out there, and we'll definitely read it. And you keep putting them up there. We'll keep sharing them. Yeah. Part one, part two.
Yeah, the reason I did that is because it was 500 words, and I wasn't sure it was going to fit.
Well, that's all right. That's great. That gives you two of them. And actually, if you can post 2 a day. So if you come up with a situation like that, break it up into part 1, part. Another good reason for doing part 1 and part 2 is when people read part 1 and it leaves them hanging. You know, they've read down to the end and it leaves them hanging. It's not complete, and they're obviously interested or they wouldn't have got that far. So they'll go back and look for part 2, and they'll read part 2 also. And also by posting 2, you instead of making 1 out of it, you get an extra 100 credits there. So that's good too for your advertising.
So what I did is I did all that on the notebook like you told me,
Mm-hmm.
and I copied and pasted it there. But I wasn't sure if it would hold 500 words, so I just did it in 2 parts. But now I know that's good because I keep them coming back for more.
That's the whole point. That will keep them coming back for more. Because they if they weren't interested, they wouldn't have gotten all the way down to the end of the article before they bailed out of it. So if they got down to the end and you say put a line right at the end, saying watch out for part 2 or part two's coming or something like that, then they'll come back and look for it, and then they'll
Okay.
read part 2, and if they that gives you an extra 100 credits because you got 2 posts instead of 1, and also it gets that much more exposure, and which is what you're looking for, and that's why we're putting PRs out there, is so that people will come and comment on it and like it. Every time they comment on it, it kicks you back up to the top of the wall, so that people see that you got a PR out there, and they can click on it and go to it. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I've been known to do that. In fact, I probably ought to do it more
Sandy?
often. Go
You
ahead,
still
Don.
here, Sandy? Is Sandy still here?
Yeah, I believe. I think she is. As far as I know, she is. I was talking over top of you though, so you might want to try again.
I found that video that she was looking for about
You look
the
to me.
AdSense, and it's you go to the IBO help desk and click on the videos, and the video is how to complete your profile optional steps, and in it she talks about AdSense. It's towards the end of the video.
Okay, Don, I got that.
Okay, the first thing you have to do is get an AdSense account set up, and then it's just a matter of basically pasting the code in the right place.
Does the video tell you where to go to set up an AdSense account?
No, it doesn't tell you anything about that. All I heard her say was first you have to have an AdSense account.
I think they give you a code, and then, yeah, I vaguely remember doing it on mine. But, yeah, I'll have Doug go in and look for that video and piece it together.
But it's a way to pick up a few bucks.
That's great. And where does that show up? In your AdSense account?
Yeah, it shows up in your AdSense account.
Okay.
And you link it to your PayPal account, right? The AdSense account?
I honestly don't know if you can or not. I've never hit the threshold yet for being paid. You have to make at least $100 for them to pay you.
Yeah, one
But I
of
think
the
I'm
guys,
set up to get a check.
one of the computer guys told me he's made 8 cents so far.
Well, I'm getting close. I'm at about $55.
Hey, that's pretty good. We have to write a lot more PR so a lot more people go to our sites.
Well, that's where most of mine comes from, is because AdSense will tell you, where your hits are coming from, and most of mine are IBO. That's another reason that I place place links to my IBO PRs in IBO Exchange.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Mike. Melissa did a little PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And it's really cute. It's not perfect because she made the printing too fat, so all the words kind of run together. But it's okay. And I put it on IBO Tube, and it's on my About Me page. I replaced that video with the video she made.
Yeah.
It's really cute. I'll have to send you the link for that. But
right.
I forgot to take that last week.
Just post it on the winning team chat room. That way, other people can see it too as well.
Okay, I can do that.
That's always a good place to do things like that. And that way, the whole team benefits. I definitely want to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was, it's easy. You just gather up some pictures and make a PowerPoint. I'm saying it's easy. I didn't do it. It seemed easy. And she, she made this PowerPoint, and then she went into YouTube, I guess it was, and she made the video from that. And it really is good. I mean, I personally don't want to be on screen talking, and so it kind of, catches the attention. It's very short, and it's got my link in it for the Mom Capture page, and I think it'll be good.
Very good. Yeah, I'd definitely like to see it. And that's a
Okay.
that's a really really good way of creating a video like that is to create a PowerPoint and then just run the PowerPoint. You can and use I use Screencast-O-Matic, and
She may have
I
used
just
one of those.
capture it.
I'm not even sure which she used. Yeah,
I
that's
just
great. Yeah, because I wrote down when you said screen Castomatic, I wrote that down somewhere. So she may have used that. I thought you did use. I don't know. I'm not even sure.
there are other programs you can use, but that's the one Windows Movie Maker will. You can do it with that too, but Screencast-O-Matic is just so simple to do, and like I said, all I do is just I set the PowerPoint. I usually don't set it so that it runs automatically. I set it so that I had to click for each screen. That way I can time it, and when I bring the screen up, then it's being recorded by Screencast-O-Matic, but I make sure that I read everything that's on that screen. That way, as slow as I read, I know everybody else in the world's had time to time to read it before I go on to the next screen. But it
Oh, right. Mm.
it
Okay,
it's a real simple way
that out.
of creating a video, and of course then all you gotta do is upload it into YouTube or Vimeo or something like that. Possibly even the IBO the IBO no, IBO tube.
Oh,
I get it
Vimeo.
right. Yeah. Well, I haven't used IBO tube. Actually, I was looking at it earlier today, but I haven't actually used it to upload any videos to. Probably ought to. Probably ought to try it anyway. But like I
Yeah,
said,
I put that one in, and I think I have one of my other videos in there, but one of the Cypher videos, I'm not sure. I'll have to check that out.
I haven't. I'm not
But
sure.
IBO too, they don't have to go to YouTube to watch it, so that's a good thing,
That is a good thing.
right?
My only question there is, and I haven't, like I said, I haven't tried IBO tube at all. But other than just going around and looking around, but my question there is when Stifort, on the Stifort, the two personal landing pages and stuff like that, you can put your own video in there, but they pretty much
Yeah.
require you to either have a YouTube or a Vimeo video. They don't. I don't know if we can use an IBO tube or not.
Oh, Yes, you're right. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, it had to be a YouTube or a Vimeo. Yeah. So yeah, that's why we did it in YouTube, and then I put it on my Skype page. Yes, and then I put it in IVO too.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Don, I saw it today. Don has created a real short little video that he's using on one of his personal landing pages there, and I thought it was real neat. Uh, it, it's like I said, it's really short, but it's eye catching and gets your attention. Uh, I don't know that I could go find it again right now or not, but I did look at it and see it today earlier, and I liked it. Liked it a lot. I think I saw that on IBO Exchange too.
I use PowerPoint and Camtasia Studio
I've used that before.
to make
Yeah.
my videos, but I
Cam,
haven't done any in quite a while.
Camtasia Studio is a lot more powerful, but a little bit more complicated program than Screencast-O-Matic. But it has a lot more features and things you can do. You can do the green screen, blue screen, stuff like that. And
It's really powerful. I know just enough to get me by.
Now, Mom, I
so
gave her at Christmas a new laptop, and the laptop has Windows 2013 on it. So she's got all these fancy dancy fonts and all this other stuff, but it doesn't transfer well, from, like, if I do a Word doc, have her turn into PowerPoint, it doesn't transfer back and forth real well. So we ran into a problem with that, and that's why her font, the print on the PowerPoint is so fat that all the words run together. And she'll say, well, it doesn't look that way on my screen. Well, no, because you've got 2013. So,
yeah, I still use
not all the technology is caught up.
I still use 2007 for PowerPoint,
All right.
simply because I'm always nervous with PowerPoint about upgrading to newer versions, because I'm always afraid that somebody look at it and they won't be able to see it. It won't look just like it looks like on my screen. So I try to stay with the older. I stayed with 2003 for a long time. I've just upgraded to 2007, and but, but I like using PowerPoint, and then to create a little slideshow or something like that, and then just video it with Screencast-O-Matic, or you could do Camtasia. You can use. I've actually used, like I said, Microsoft Movie Maker before, and but it's just a little bit more steps involved in there, and a little bit more complicated to do it. But you can you can come back and edit your sound, add sound to it, and edit and everything else with Movie Maker. With Screencast-O-Matic, you're pretty much restricted to doing all of it at one time there. So, welcome back.
Yeah, we were in the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden I heard this blip, and I thought, uh-oh. But now we're back in civilization again.
Back in
Sort of.
civilization.
At least there's some houses here. There weren't any houses back there. Cows.
That's good.
Cows. Bugs.
Where I live, I used to have a cattle farm about a block and a half away from me, down at the end of the street, and the street I live on was a dead end street, dead end right into the cattle farm. And on the other side of the cattle farm was a golf course, and
Oh my goodness.
They've since that time, I've been here a long time, but since that time they sold the cattle farm and they've come back in. They built a bunch of cracker box houses down there and cut the road through and made it a through road and well, it's not a through road, but they extended it down into the Section 8 housing, and they got a Section 8 apartment complex down at the end of it, and I don't know, and they closed the golf course, so uh, I don't know.
Oh,
I Anyway, one of these days we're gonna pack up and find us another house and move to. My wife and I, we're under tri level, and we've been looking, you know, wishing for a single level house, and one of these days we're gonna do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
The house we just sold is one floor, and the folks said that all they could find was two-story houses. That this is the first single level they've been able to find, and said there's no compassion for people with bad knees getting old. Well,
Nope.
they need to build more single level homes. Golly. And
Yeah.
and so many of it, even the single level homes, have so many stairs, to get in and to get out the back.
Yeah.
I just walk in.
That's what I'm looking for. My knees are about gone. My wife's knees are not
Yeah,
the best in
mine
the
are.
world, and it's just getting hard to climb up and down these stairs every day. But
Oh. Yeah, I walk with a cane, and everybody says to me, "Oh, why don't you go get your knees fixed?" And I said, "I'll just walk with a cane. It's okay. I don't want to get my knees fixed."
I walk with a cane too, so
Do you?
yeah, I do. And I can walk without the cane, but I'm always afraid my knees just gonna suddenly give away. It's known to do that, and just suddenly give out from under me, and I need the cane to
Yeah.
catch myself with. So, but,
I don't use it in the house, but I use it, as
right,
soon as I
yeah,
go out, I use it because, like I just get a little fearful. So, better to have a little security attached to the other end of your hand. So,
yep. Let's see here.
Mike,
Yes.
on my About Me page,
Uh
I
huh.
finally got my I finally got my links tacked to it. Uh, I think two or three from IBO, and then a couple from Skyfort.
Very good. Very
And I
good.
had 29 people view it. So maybe they'll click on those links one of these days.
Well, that's that's the first step to getting them to do so. So,
So
oh,
that screen share we was on that night that was doing the About Me pages, it was a learning process for me. So I got it done.
yeah, you've come a long way actually. I'm really pleased with the progress that you've made. I'm trying to. Don, what's your IBO username? I lost Don there.
Yeah, I heard some noise, and that's what mine did that last time we was on the call. Yeah, I had
oh,
that
you're probably
same
hearing
noise.
the road noise from our car.
Well, no,
Can you hear me
you're not.
now?
Yeah, now I can.
I had
What's your?
my mute on.
Oh, okay.
uh,
What's your username
my
there,
user
fella?
Don Sable House.
Don Sable House. That ought to be hard to do.
Folks, we're just about home, so I'm going to say good night.
Good night,
God bless
Sandy.
you all.
I appreciate you being in
Good night,
here.
Sandy and Doug.
Bye-bye. I can't hang up because
I was going to try to put up on the screen the little video I watched today that you have done. I don't know if it's new or not. It's the first time I've seen it was today. Of course, I was looking for it in the wrong place.
Oh, I was trying to think. Somebody drug an old one out here a while back, not too long ago. Maybe that's what you've seen. I don't know. I think I've only had about 4 or 5 of them.
This is one that says "Stay at Home Dad," retired, semi-retired. It's got some
okay.
music. It's just a.
I don't know the really name of that, but
I don't know either. It's a PowerPoint presentation, I think. But
yeah, that was PowerPoint, and I did that with Camtasia. Camtasia is really powerful, but I know just enough to get me by. I've never spent the time that I should.
it's a good program. It's a really good program. I've used it. I hadn't used it in a long time because I've gotten lazy. I guess I've gotten lazy and started using the Screencast-O-Matic. I've I've accepted the shortcomings of Screencast-O-Matic because it's so easy and quick to use. Let's see here.
It's not about. That's not the page I'm talking about. If you're
Right, yeah.
if you're looking for that, it's about my other page where I'm waving. I don't know if that's what you're looking for, but
Right,
There might be one called what is a HBB?
No, this one is actually not a PR. It's one of your personal landing pages.
right. But remember about me, the one where I'm standing up there waving. It's
Yeah.
not that landing page.
I'm trying to get my. I can't spell. That's my problem is I can't spell, or my keyboard can't
Some
spell.
days I can. Yeah, sometimes I can spell, and sometimes I can't.
I just seen that one you were talking about, Mike. It's called Work at Home.
Yeah,
Well, that is a short one.
it was real neat though. See if I guessed it.
Yeah, I think that was on one of my pages.
It's on one of your personal capture page,
Stifle page.
personal landing pages. Yeah, Stifle pages.
Yeah.
If I get it right here, it'll work better. Oh well. Bad thing is, I got it up on the screen on the other computer here, but I can't seem to. Oh, I see what's wrong now. I can't seem to type right or something or other here. Well, that ain't it. There it is. Now it's on the screen.
Yeah, that's the one.
Touch this. Yeah, that's how we living, and you know you can't touch this. Look in my eyes, man, you can't touch this. Yo, let me bust that funky lyric. Touch this. Fresh new kicks and bands, you got it like that.
If that won't catch your attention, I don't think anything will.
Well, the music caught my attention. What
Well, that's the point of it.
kind of music caught me?
That was an oldie from H.C. Hammer.
Yeah, it sounded familiar.
Anyway,
That was originally, or I don't know if they still do, but that was originally called rap.
yeah,
Nothing
originally,
like the rap.
not nowadays.
Yeah, it was rap back then.
But anyway, I ran across that on IBO Exchange today, and it just caught my attention. I thought it was rather neat. The whole point of that video is to get your attention and get you to go over there and fill out the little mailing list form, and I think that one will do it. Should anyway.
Well, that's what I was trying to do. Was like, a lot of the stuff I see is they don't give you a whole lot of information, but they want you to sign that form.
Yeah.
So it was just something I tried.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I have to go back and look at the stats and see if I actually got any pre-enrollees from it.
You probably got 2,000 of them, didn't you, Don?
No.
We could always hope. Could always hope.
Yeah. I wished it worked like that.
I was in today and looked at the leaderboard.
Yeah.
And I can see that it has definitely slowed down. From what it was a few months ago. And I don't think it's just Stifle.
It goes in cycles. The whole industry goes in cycles, and you're getting right about now this time of year. From just after Christmas up till about this time of year, the business is it's kind of on an up cycle, and then from right now until after graduation, it kind of goes into a down cycle. Later on, towards the end of the summer, but not quite into August. It'll go in a little up cycle again, and then come August and September, it kind of drops into another down cycle because that's back to school, and then people start worrying about how in the world are they going to afford to buy Christmases, and that's when we go into another opportunity, another upcycle. And I've been in this 40 years, and I've seen these same cycles over and over and over again. It almost always the same. But if you
I did notice that one of our fellow IBOers, Paul something is on there. He had quite a few enrollees.
Yeah, well, of course, we're halfway through April, and we've got quite a few
Paul
in there
Stan.
now for April. So.
I was on there one time for a few minutes.
Yeah, I've made it on there before, not frequently. Here's somebody, I'm not sure what he does. He's always there and always up at the top. Of course, this is his overall total. But
Yeah, he's down at the bottom on the
yeah, at
current
the bottom
one.
of the other one
That
too.
kind of surprised. But I had seen the reason I was on there. I had seen an ad on IBO Exchange, and I wanted to look and see if any of these names were on the leaderboard,
Yeah,
and I didn't see it.
is that who you talking about? Paul Hardingham.
No, Paul. You passed him just a minute ago.
I did.
He's on the bottom of this list. He is on the high top leaders overall list.
Yeah.
Let's see, where is he? Paul Stanton, number 27.
27. I don't have.
Or no, not 27. 20.
Paul 28.
28.
28.
Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an IBOer. I see him on there
Yeah.
quite often. He's also on the total overall leaders towards the bottom. Or he might be on the very bottom. He had over 100.
Well, I've never been on this list, so
Me neither. Let's see. There he is, number 44.
44.
Yeah.
He's way up there. Yep, that's him.
Would you want to get in touch with him? Yeah, I've already talked to him. I'll call you back in a few minutes, okay?
Well, gentlemen, has anybody got anything exciting you want to add to the conversation tonight? We've run just about an hour here. So.
No.
No, I don't have anything. Enjoyed the call, though.
I did
Yeah,
too.
so did
It's
I.
actually been very informative and educational, and I appreciate it. That's why I like being here. I always learn something.
I hunger to learn every day.
Well,
Well, that's two of us, David.
the most important thing, David, though, is to take what you learn and apply it. Take what you learn and apply it.
Mike
Yeah,
is
I do.
100% right.
I apply it, but I might crash it doing it, but then I'll go back in and fix it.
Most important thing,
You learn from that.
Most important thing I can share with you, though, is don't spend all of your time trying to make your PRs pretty and make them just perfect. It's okay to do that, but don't spend all your time do that. Spend a bigger part of your time talking to people and sharing with people, because that's where your results is going to come from. The more people you talk with, the more people you share, and the more people that you you know, get to know and start to network with them, then the more people you're actually going to bring in on your team, and ultimately the bigger your business is going to grow, and that's what it's about.
Well, that reminded. I did have a question for you, Mike.
All right,
It's kind of unrelated.
that's okay.
I noticed today, I think it was, or yesterday, it looked like Michelle's not on Facebook anymore. I don't know if she lost her account or shut it down or what, but I'm just not seeing her anymore.
I don't know.
I seen her on the chat room not too long ago on the Skype chat.
Yeah, she's there. She's also
I
on
see
IBO
her
Exchange. I
I
ran
seen
across.
her on IBO Exchange, but not on Facebook. It's like her account's gone.
I'll have to go look for it. I haven't
I
lately.
sent her a couple of messages on Skype, but she hasn't replied to them yet.
Yeah, she might be. She might have one of them husbands that's trying to get her into another field or something. I don't know.
I doubt he's strong enough to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go look around and see if I can find anything there. But
Number 78 there, Mike. It's AFL Bahari Billionaire Club. Man, you mean there's billionaires in this?
probably.
Yeah, I read a PR from Brandon Ughart. Yeah, I guess that's how you say his name.
I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I know who you're talking about.
But he had a PR one time that said, "Will there ever be a trillionaire in internet marketing?"
Well, I don't know.
Well, I would say it's possible.
It's entirely possible.
I don't need $1 trillion. That'd probably change me. I don't even need $1 billion. I just need $1 million a month. That's all I need.
Is that all? Okay. That's nothing. That's nothing. You can handle that. Alrighty. Well, I'll tell you what. If neither one of y'all have anything, I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can close out here and see if I can get this uploaded to YouTube so I can put it on the website so everyone can share with us.
Okay, good night, fellas.
Okay, good night.
We look forward to seeing y'all again next
Thank
Tuesday.
you, Mike.
Mm-hmm. Good
All
evening.
right. Bye-bye.